Hello everyone, and welcome to your second royal reading today here at MadWorldTarot. It is of course St. Patrick's Day, so happy St. Patrick's Day to those of you who are celebrating. And I've just read on the Princess of Wales and her appearance in London at the St. Patrick's Day parade and how that might have gone down in Montecito. We're looking with the Curious Cats Tarot, Grimalkin's Curious Cats Tarot today, because we're curious today. We're in a bit of a petty mood today for fun. We're going to look at a Neil Sean story now that allegedly Meghan Markle was hoping or is still expecting some show of support from the British royals on social media for her new venture, or should we say new ventures? There are so many, it's hard to keep track. That would be her As Ever brand and her With Love Meghan show, and of course the podcast that's coming up, Confessions of a Female Flounder, as everyone seems to be calling it now. So hoping, according to old Neil, that they're going to stick something on Instagram saying, well done, we're backing you, we hope it's a success, we're going to buy some jam. No, it's not jam, it's raspberry spread. We're going to sprinkle some flowers on our donuts tonight, maybe do a little one pot pasta in some Le Creuset, and show their cooking skills. I don't know, Kensington Palace, busy boiling the pasta on top of those tomatoes and feta as we speak, so that they can post something on Insta. Neil Sean points out, of course, that she in turn has done everything in her power to undermine and diminish, and in fact even possibly destroy the royal family. Those are my words, but that was the gist of what he was saying. She can't seem to work out that what she's expecting from them is quite hypocritical, given the way she has treated them, Oprah interview and all the rest of it, Scooby-Doo's books, you name it, she's done it, the racism, everything else. And of course, she hasn't ever come out directly and posted on social media, hope you're doing well, thinking of you in your treatment, lovely to see you back in public, doing your royal duty. None of that, no support for Earthshot, the homeless things, any of those other things. So she hasn't done it, but is apparently expecting the royals to rise above all her insults and her attacks and support her now that she's really struggling and of course going down like a lead balloon, all of these projects. So she needs them to help her. She did everything in her power to destroy them. It beggars belief. But anyway, we're going to test the energy of this story. And of course it is just tarot, and it is just my opinion and just speculation, and it's all for fun and entertainment, and we just read energy here, energy of stories like this, little rumors, and see where they take us. And of course disclaimer in the box below, 5-card reading. Did she really expect, or is she really expecting the royals to help her out now? 10 of Swords is showing up. It was quite prominent in the previous reading, interestingly. And how do the royals actually feel about this show and supporting her? Would they ever do or contemplate such a thing? Does she have any grasp of the irony or the outrageous nature of what she's expecting them to do? And does she regret at all storming away, just burning those bridges, blowing up those bridges, now that she needs that family to come to her rescue? That's where we are heading today. As I say, it's petty, it's tarot, it's St. Patrick's Day. Why not? And there we go. Let's see what's the underlying energy. 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords is get me out of this predicament that I've got myself into, because when you're in the 8 of Swords, you get yourself into the trap, the predicament. You're the one who can get yourself out of it. You don't need anyone else to come along and rescue you, actually. But there's possibly the sense in this 8 of Swords in reverse that they should come and rescue her and get her out of this mess that she's got herself into. And my goodness, she has got herself into a mess. It's hard to imagine anyone else making a worse mess of the opportunities that Meghan has been gifted purely by virtue of having that Sussex title, if it's a title or an honour or whatever it is. Anyway, let's have a look at the actual situation we're dealing with here. Seven of Wands is the defense card. Help, I need to be rescued, I'm under attack. We're getting it twice. I'm trying to block the sun off the tarot table. The Seven of Wands. I'm getting this kind of energy twice in this reading as our underlying energy. And now this situation, I'm being attacked from all sides, Seven of Wands, and I need to be rescued. Help me down from this tree. It's not fair. Everyone's being so mean. I haven't done anything wrong. When you're in the Seven of Wands energy, oh, I can't remember if it was upright or in reverse. Never mind. But when you're in that energy, you want someone to come and help you. That's Seven of Wands. Okay, so does she really, really honestly expect them to cook that one pot pasta dish and stick it on Kensington Palace Instagram? I'm being very snarky, but as I say, why not today? It's a happy, jolly day for me. And I'm in a happy, jolly mood. Does she really? Is Neil Sean right? I've got the King of Pentacles in reverse. So that's kind of their power and their privilege and their status, the King of Pentacles. That's from their lofty heights. That is the business side of things, of the royal family, their vast wealth and influence and things like, I'm trying to think of the brands that they have, the Duchy thing, of course, that the then Prince Charles started with his Duchy Originals or whatever they were called. But Highgrove has a brand where it sells lovely things. I think Buckingham Palace has a shop that sells lovely things. You can shop online, and all the rest of it. It's their wealth, their stupendous wealth and business acumen, and everything they touch pretty much turns to gold. It's in reverse. So I don't think she really honestly expects them to throw a bone her way, basically. She'd like some of that gloss to rub off, though. That's how it's coming through for me. She would like some of that sheen, that shine, that allure to come off on her brand, which is why she's so insistent now that she is Meghan Sussex. There's also a Harry energy in the King of Pentacles, obviously, and I've been trying to resist it as I was explaining that, because Harry is King of Pentacles sometimes in readings. I don't really like giving him that king status in these readings. He's in reverse, so it might be twisted to say, well, you see, they still begrudge the fact that you married a biracial woman and then you try to go off on your own and set up your own life and make your own money and all the rest of us, and they're trying to stop you from doing that. And that's a more likely energy, and that's a more likely explanation for that King of Pentacles in reverse, that it's been twisted and distorted to tell him, you see, I'm trying my best to do this and to make money and to be a success, and they're trying to undermine me. They could do this thing so easily and give us a bit of a sheen, a gloss, an association, and they won't, because they still are so resentful of you and what you did. That's how it's reading for me. What do they actually think themselves? Do they care? Are they watching? How would they feel about the story if they knew that they were expected to do this thing and show support to her, of all people? Three of Swords, there is absolutely no way on this earth that they would ever dream of doing it. For me, it's the worst card in the tarot. The Three of Swords, it's always painful, it's betrayal, it's treachery. Some people call what Harry and Meghan did, they use the very strong word, and that word is treason. And it's in there for me. And that Three of Swords, what you did, allegedly, is that word. I don't want to say it too many times, but it's there. Three of Swords is hurt and betrayal. That's never, ever, ever going to go away. So I think that's pretty clear. So does she have any sense of hypocrisy of, well, you did everything in your power to destroy them. You didn't show up and say, hope you get better, I'm so sorry you're ill, anything like that. Any sense of the wrongness of her thinking at all? I've got the Five of Wands, and this is the competition card. The Five of Wands, and it was in reverse. I'll try and remember that now. The Five of Wands is one-upmanship, is everything about competing with people and trying to dominate them and trying to almost bully and intimidate. That has been past behavior, allegedly. Let's throw one of those in. Can't resist it. She can't help doing it. The fact that it's in reverse for me is an extra sense of it, that it's just the way she is. It's her natural behavior, and she can't help herself and she can't stop doing it. She's got to win. She's got to dominate and intimidate and bully and be the victor in situations, whatever damage is done to everyone else. So I don't read this card in reverse as saying, oh, I wish I hadn't been so aggressive and determined to win at all costs. I don't read it like that. There's a tiny bit of that in there. I really think it's just telling us that she can't help herself. She can't see the wrongness of it because it's in her shadow. It's in her most toxic inner self that she can't acknowledge, she can't see. That for me is shadow energy. I often read cards in reverse, particularly doing these royal readings, as shadow energy, projected energy that the person themselves can't see, can't acknowledge. So we get to the regret situation now. Is she sitting there thinking, I wish I'd played my cards differently, and at least sent a handwritten note in full calligraphy to somebody to say sorry. She might have tried that trick and they didn't make it through the security. But make some gesture. Does she think, if only I played things differently, they would be coming along now and saying, oh, we've tasted, maybe even, got the jam in the basket with the lemons and the straw, the sort of moldy lemons and the wilted flowers, and the label peeling off, and that strange little cap, a Hessian cap, all torn and shredded and bedraggled. They might have been showing that on their Instagram and giving some support if she had played her cards differently. Bit of a redundant question given what's going on over there, but we're going to ask it directly. And I've got the moon, and I have it in reverse, and it's quite similar to that Five of Wands in the sense of just somebody who's more shadowy aspects, because the moon is about shadow. It's about projection. It's about distrust, mistrust. It's about fears and doubts and insecurities and a little bit cray-cray and all that kind of stuff. It's just that energy of projection, of never going to be comfortable and happy in your own skin, always going to be suspicious, always going to be projecting, always going to be thinking the worst of people. I don't think that she is capable of regret in this kind of situation, except in the sense that she would benefit from some of that gloss, that sheen rubbing off on her. But I've got too much in here that's just oozing resentment and negativity and projection and unpleasantness for her to be able to say, I regret it. I would like to stop fighting. I would like things to be different. I don't think that's how these cards are reading. You could read them completely differently, but that's not really how it's coming through for me. I think that energy is actually blocking her own ability to liberate her and to rescue herself and to try and reforge those connections. And there is absolutely no chance that they will ever allow her to come near them again. They wouldn't dream of giving her any support. So it's really moot, this whole scenario. They're not interested. And I think she's got all this blocking energy and all this resentment. And see, they're still trying to ruin your life because they're racist and they're begrudging and jealous and mean and all the rest of it. That's how she sees them. It's not how I see them. Allegedly, how she sees them. It's definitely not how I see them. Just to make that very clear. That's the reading. She does want to be rescued. She is under attack, but too much toxicity in the situation for her to think the right thoughts and to start some kind of healing process, even if it's just for her and for the has-been, waiting in the wings for something, some sign from the royals, in my opinion. That's it for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again tomorrow.